The great advantage that the editorial cartoonist has over the editorial writer is that he's not restricted by the canons of good taste, or at least not by what is perceived as good taste in the funereal corridors of most newspaper offices. Editorial cartoonists are, generally speaking, the loose cannons of the newsroom. In one breath, they're hard hats, in another, they're bleeding hearts, and in yet another, on their really good days, they're the Swifts and Daumiers of their time, skewering rascals, cocking a snook at the blowhards of politics, or planting a swift kick in the soft underbelly of society. It's definitely not true that the 2008 election was rigged by the country's cartoonists, who had burnt themselves out in the course of burning out Bill Clinton. The value of the editorial cartoonist lies in his inability to be fair. Subversion is his game. His pen is jaundiced. He rarely has anything nice to say in his wonderful space. You may have seen, say, Ronald Reagan as the great communicator, the avuncular cowboy, or the virtuous leader of the free world. A cartoonist, however, saw a geriatric, slightly deaf codger with turkey waddles, whose finger was on the nuclear button and whose brain was on the FBI's missing list. No offense, of course, Ronald Reagan simply had the misfortune of being President of the United States, and the cartoonist was only doing his job. Reporters report, for better or worse, we are the grunts of the news wars. Columnists take postures. They're the beauty queens, the prize heifers of the newsroom. Cartoonists, however, like my friend here, do what they do in the fewest possible words and in the least amount of space.
Patience.
The line in India ink can be as pure a piece of both art and literate journalism as you will find. It's also a fuse that can detonate the mind of the reader. The effect may be laughter, but the purpose is serious. It's not deadly serious, though. America's newspapers are a glorious celebration of the liberty of this country, but they can be very dull. A long, gray, leaden march through the lively history of our time. I often feel about them as Dr. Johnson felt about the novels of Congreve. I'd rather praise them than read them. I feel exactly the opposite about Pat's drawings. I'd rather look at them than praise them.